Hi. I'm going to show you what's for breakfast. My appetite sucks, but some apple chunks here. Keeps the mouth from getting dried up. And I got got a hard-boiled egg. See that? Hard-boiled egg. A little mayo on the side because I like mayo. And of course, Equate. When you feel like shit, you can't eat anything, drink Equate. This is a lot cheaper than the big brand one. Get this at Walmart. Got a case for $26. It's pretty good. So Equate. This is vanilla. I prefer the chocolate, but I get vanilla. Drink all the chocolate. A little glass of milk. I like a variety. Yeah, this was from one of the casinos. I don't have the glasses on, I'm putting them on, but it kind of started peeling off. Is that Foxwoods? Maybe. And then you're gonna love this. You are gonna love this mug that Karen got me. Check it out. Like that. Wait a minute. I'm gonna turn it around. See the other side. Check this out. Karen got me this. Gets me all this cool stuff. So I love that movie. Every year I watch that movie. I record it while it's on, and I watch it at the same time during the marathon. You know, Christmas Story. Then we stayed at the house a few years ago. So that was cool. That was really cool. Get to wander through the house during the middle of the night as much as we wanted. And it was just great. It was just great. It was like a movie set, but it was a house, you know. Oh, that was so much fun. So we got a week from now. We'll be on the boat. Oh, all the food. When you're on there and you're in your room and you get the door open and all the rooms, the ocean's, you know, it's right there. You got a balcony. You could sit up there, but when you hear it, you could just hear the boat going through the water all the time. It's just so nice and calming. As long as it wasn't like the last time when the guy kind of turned into the storm, not by his mistake, but he turned and the storm turned, and oh my God, we were up. First time in my life I ever felt seasick. First time. But when you're walking down the hallways in the boat, you could feel the thing up, heat up, heat up. And it's funny because those boats are enormous, but you know what's bigger? The ocean. The ocean don't give a shit. You know, tosses that shit around like what? Doesn't even care. It's funny because it was so bad. I mean, everybody was walking like that. You're trying to get food. And you're trying to get food and you're like trying to hold the tray and everybody's walking with their legs like spread wide. You know, it was too funny. It was too funny. Oh my God, I hope there's some good performers. The last time there were people, it was like, what do you call it? You know, like a review, and they had people that were imitating various artists. You know, it might have been Donna Summer or Tina Turner or other people, and, you know, just did one after the other. They were all really good. These people are really good that are on these things. They really are. So, on a more serious note, has the government already forgot about what just happened in Nashville? News media stopped talking about it. It doesn't take long for them. Has any come up with an idea? One guy, senator, wants to arm the teachers. How about we just arm a person who's already armed and put a cop at the front door and the back door? You know, this last one shot through the door to get in. If you notice, the hallway was empty. When are you going to do something? When are you going to do something? the rule said they don't want guns in the school because somehow they think that guns attract guns. You know, the Republicans want to arm the kids. It's crazy. Once again, no, guns aren't the problem. It's the bullets. So here's my compromise. I keep saying, let anybody own a gun as long as they want to, but they can't buy bullets. Nobody ever says bullets. I just read yesterday that some guy was a Navy SEAL back in Afghanistan, I don't know, 20 years ago. They shot him 27 times. And then he killed the guys that shot at him. How do you... They all couldn't have penetrated his body. That's crazy. But 27 times, and he passed away. They haven't released why, but there's another group you forget about. Is these kids that you throw into situations where somebody's trying to kill them. And I can't imagine, it feels like it happens the first time. And then we pay them dog shit money. For real. They come back here. I don't care what anybody says. I think for 3 months when they come back here, they don't go home. They get put in a facility to check them out and help them. Why are we afraid to force them to do it? When they had the draft before, when I was a little kid, I can remember there was guys over the house that my sister knew watching the draft. And they had no choice back then. Some people don't know what's good for them, honest to God, and have to be made to do something. They really do have to be made to do something. I can't imagine what that's like. I can imagine what it's like when somebody comes down on you and they're shooting at you. And it's crazy. Crazy. But some people don't know what's good for them and they need to be forced to do it. 90 days, what's the big deal? That should be long enough to help them. Pay them all they're there to. Pay them a bonus. Think about all these kids that come out of Virginia and Tennessee for years, went in the service because there were no jobs at home. And that girl way back, I can't remember her name, who got captured. She went in the service because she wanted to be a teacher in West Virginia. So I remember I looked up what the average pay was for a teacher in West Virginia. Because I know what they make up here in Massachusetts is pretty good. It was $24,000 a year. That's what they paid a teacher in Virginia, $24,000. And that's what she wanted to be. She got captured, she got tortured, for other things that, just awful, awful things. And yet we're still over there in different places. We're still over there. And over my lifetime, they've closed so many military bases here. Do they actually think that nobody will ever try to attack us? China's got like 10 billion people. You got Russia. Our weapons aren't that perfect. They really aren't. And how are we supposed to defend ourselves if we get nowhere here to defend ourselves except, the big name bases? It's crazy. Meanwhile, we got these troops all over the place, all over the world. And they're dropping bombs on them out of nowhere. I don't get it. Yeah, and I'm not a military person. I try to be a logical, common sense person, but so many things don't make sense to me. Anyway, so right now I'm looking outside. The only things I can see is the trees out there. There's an incredible fog that has dropped down in here. With this area of Quincy Ave, it's like a valley. I lived here as far back as 1980. It was like that back then. Occasionally you come out and couldn't see the house across the street. You know, I don't know what it's supposed to do today, but I bet you if I drove over the hill, there's no fog at all. That's usually how it was. Blizzard of 78, I walked through this, and it took me literally an hour, I think, to get up to the top of the hill. It's not that big a hill. Used to have Merchant's Tire, if you remember that. Now it's a Chinese market. Apartment building, 4 or 5 houses, you're at the top of the hill. It took me an hour to waist deep snow. Because somebody didn't want me to stay there. So I had to leave. I remember going up over the hill, and you couldn't see anything. Going down the hill. Down the hill was such a relief. But down the bottom of the hill, back then, there wasn't a supermarket there. It's the credit union now, but it was Shaw's for years. It was this old blue wooden building, and I didn't remember what was across the street, but I didn't know I was actually walking in the middle of the street at the time because I couldn't tell. And then all of a sudden it cleared out. The drifts went away. I might have been walking an inch of snow, and all of a sudden this Pontiac Sunbird, white Pontiac Sunbird, comes out of the whiteness and slides up next to me. And this guy reaches, opens the door, he goes, "You want a ride?" I'm like, better than what's happening now. I said, "You got heat?" And I jumped in. And I don't remember if you remember how small a Pontiac Sunbird was. It was small. And I get in there, and this guy had to weigh 350 pounds. It was behind the wheel. I don't know how he got in this thing. He's like, "Cold out there, huh?" I was like, "Yeah." "Getting a bit of snow, huh?" "Yeah." He's like talking like matter-of-factly and everything. He goes, "Where you going?" I said, "Up the square. I'm trying to get the train." He goes, "I'll say, okay, we'll get you there." An hour later, we get up somewhere close to the square, and he says, "I think maybe you should get out now if you want to catch that train." I'm like, "Thank you so much." Got out, got on the train. But in the meantime, while we were driving there, we were spinning out. He's just driving along, and just all of a sudden, just the car would just start spinning. He wasn't doing it or anything. After about the 5th one, we're laughing our asses off because we literally couldn't know if we were going to get hit by a car, if we were going to spin into a telephone pole, if we were going to go slide into the old Quinn oil station that used to be there. It's the massage empty place now. But it was Quincy Oil. Because we had no idea where we were. We had, no idea. I remember at one point looking out the window and seeing the fire department headquarters. And then boom, it was gone, Drove through Hancock Street up through the square. Kincaid's Furniture was still there. Coleman's was still there. This little furniture store. There was few little stores there between Coleman's and Revere Street. And there was a couple of furniture stores. The one that got a recliner there. Oh, I love that chair. That was up there. Oh my God. That store that the actress, she was the mother in, you think I should do research and make notes, but no. It was a big department store. The building's still there, but Lee Remick's, that was still there. I'm trying to think, it was up there. Napoli Pizza was still in the corner. I remember when they moved where they are now, they got new ovens and the pizza didn't taste that good. And honestly, I don't think I've got a pizza since then. Sawyer's Campus Shop, Quincy Records, Child World, Woolworth's there. The bank that the restaurant's in Alba, it was still a bank. And then we finally got up the street there. I think we may have driven down the wrong side of Hancock Street, going towards, I think we drove towards the front of the church. I'm not sure. Somewhere on that point, I hopped out, and I ran up, and I got the last train. And between the car and the T station, I got encased in snow. I got inside the heated train, and instantly started to melt, and I was soaked. And eventually I got home. That was crazy. I mean, one side of the street there could be 8 feet of snow. I'm not kidding. And the other side of the street was nothing. It was so weird. It was just so weird. You know, so anyway, I think I'm going to eat my egg, drink my leg coffee. Isn't this awesome? Isn't Karen awesome? Look at that. She got me all kinds of stuff. I got a little leg lamp. You know, I get glassware from there. A little round cup. I usually drink my milk in, but it's dirty. I feel like washing it. So, once again, hopefully this week we get some stuff planted. You know, we'll get potatoes and flowers in, and whatever's growing out of Mike's head. You know, I don't know what it is, but anyway, that should be fun. Anyway, so let's hope for good weather. Good weather. Oh, I just got a text from somebody. I can't read it. Probably Steve saying good morning. So.